Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well. I did want to let you know that today is going to be the last day of this week that I'm going to produce these videos, these kind of morning devotional videos, which, by the way, I hope you're enjoying, and please encourage each other to continue to enjoy these videos because I'm making them for you. But anyway, today's the last day because tomorrow is Maundy, Thursday, which I'm going to be preaching at. The next day will be Good Friday, which Chris Tibbetts, Cole's dad, will be preaching at. And then we have our Sunday Easter service, all of which is online. Thursday and Friday will be 6 p.m. And then Sunday, our normal 11 a.m. time. Now, I want to start by telling you about a girl that I knew in college. And maybe you know someone like this. I'm sure we all know somebody like this, and maybe to a different person or a different way, but this girl loved Justin Timberlake. When Justin Timberlake was in NSYNC, she loved him. She could have told you everything about the guy. The year he was born, the day he was born, the city he grew up in, the songs that he sang, the songs that he wrote. Like literally the list goes on and on and on. You would have thought by just hearing her talk that she knew him. But the reality was she only knew about Justin. She had no relationship with Justin. And I am calling him by his first name, Justin Timberlake. She had no relationship with the guy, but she knew a lot about him. In our verses today, I think one of the things that we might get warned on is knowing a lot about Jesus, but not actually knowing Jesus, or even being amazed by what Jesus can do, but not being amazed by who Jesus is. So John chapter 2, verses 23 through 25 says this. Now, when he was in Jerusalem at the Passover feast, many believed in his name, and they saw the signs that he was doing. But Jesus, on his part, did not entrust himself to them, because he knew all people and needed no one to bear witness about man, for he himself knew what was in man. Now, there could be a lot of things going on here, granted, and what it means to believe in his name here, I'm not exactly sure. But we see Jesus' response, right? That he knew people, he knew man, and he did not entrust himself to these people. Because a lot of times, I think what you see in Christianity, particularly in America, is you see people who've either grown up in church or people who want something from God. They want something that God can do for them rather than them wanting God himself or wanting Jesus himself. And so, these people, maybe they saw signs. Maybe they saw in the future, maybe they're going to see how God can fill their belly or how God can do these cool, magical things. And they're going to want Jesus to continue to offer these signs. As a matter of fact, if you remember from yesterday, when Jesus kind of goes into this temple and absolutely overthrows the money changers, kind of goes in there and just wrecks the place, the people said, "What sign do you show us that you do these things?" What they should have realized at the time was Jesus doing those things was the sign, and that they should have remembered the Old Testament when it said, "Zeal for my house will consume me," and they should have repented of their sin and believed in Jesus. Here, right on the heels of that, Jesus says he needs no one to testify about man, for he knows what's in man. And what he's saying is there's this stark individualism, right? Stark in the sense that it's stark against what Jesus is calling us to. He's calling us to a relationship. But here we see people coming to Jesus not for a relationship, but because he's like their Santa Claus God. He's like, for them, it's like, my genie in a bottle. Jesus, what can you give me? And so I ask all of us, and myself included, how do we treat Jesus? Is it about relationship? Is it about knowing him? Is it about him being the satisfying thing for our souls? Him satisfying us, being the one who offers life, and us believing and trusting in that, not coming with our own caveats, not coming with our own expectations, but coming to Jesus saying, "Lord, I trust you, whatever you call me to." And like Christians of old, if you call me to lay down my life, Lord, yes, I will even do that because I trust you, because this life is not my own. Here, Jesus says, You're following me because you see signs. I know it's in man. And I think the question he's asking us is, why are we following Jesus? So why are you? Is it because your mom and dad told you to? Is it because you want to know the God that made you? Or is it because you just want him to give you something? My hope and prayer for all of us is that we want to know the God that made us, and we want to worship and adore him. So anyway, hope you're doing well, guys. Love you, and talk to you later. Bye.